Everyone, this is Dvang, and welcome to World of Warships. This is an interesting match, as you can see, thrown off because it's an open beta, and there's a Tier 9 Iowa battleship that somebody's trying to play. Now, this is a replay of a game that I just had recently, and it's actually is very exciting. Let me just say that. But yeah, so you can see we're kind of outmatched. In battleships, slight edge in cruisers, and it's pretty even in destroyers. But obviously, we're really mostly outmatched there with the Iowa. So here we are. I am in my Tier 7 Colorado, and my plan is go to the opposite side of where the Iowa is. Actually, it looks like we're kind of meeting. Looks like other people in the southeast are headed north.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
So we start heading east and try to. That's kind of what you do in this map generally. When it's a normal match, is try to sync up because your team's split and you get more power, obviously. So here I take some shots at a New Mexico over there. I get a little bit of get one hit. And then there's a Cleveland over there.
Our team has taken the lead.
And I've got a Fuso next to me. And then I see, alright, well, there's a destroyer behind me. There's the Iowa kind of behind me as well. So I start heading a little more north, try to get a little more separation between myself and the other battleships that are over there. See, I took a quick peek. And I certainly don't want to be near that island when that destroyer comes around. And it's certainly a good effort by this destroyer that's near me to try to fend off that other destroyer, that Mellow Mama's heading around that way to head him off. Yeah, and this is using the World of Warships replay system, so there might be a few graphical glitches, like you can see the targeting crosshairs was off a little bit. So I see the Iowa. I'm trying to get another shot at the Iowa as he comes out from behind.
Attention, reporting the target position.
He's shooting at the Fuso that's next to me a little bit closer. Take a few more shots.
Fire on the enemy warship.
Yes, and the destroyer keeps telling us there's a cruiser back there, and we know that. And so unfortunately, only one hit, didn't do any damage. The Iowa cut that corner a little bit more than I was thinking he was going to. I keep debating taking some shots at the Iowa or not. Would like to whittle him down. And I don't really have any good shots on the people in front of me, because at least the Iowa's presenting his side, so I decided, go ahead, I'll take a few more shots. Just double checking, see if they're shooting at me, and they're not. They're still hitting, going after the Fuso next to me. A little bit of a hit.
Requesting fire on the designated target. All stations, concentrate fire on the target. All stations, requesting fire support.
Destroyer trying to warn us, yes, that there is a destroyer back there, which unfortunately we can't help with. We're pretty far away, and honestly trying to send a battleship against a destroyer is not a good idea. So I turn a little bit, get all my guns on the Iowa while his side's facing me. Get a couple hits, still nothing amazing. I haven't gotten any good solid hits on them yet, unfortunately.
Attention.
Well, he's going around the island there, the Iowa, so he's not going to be a target for me. So I start turning, and there is an enemy New Mexico. Comes a new target, so I'm going to end up going around. I would have preferred to have gone, in front of a couple good hits on that New Mexico. I would have preferred going in front of the island, but with the Fuso right there, I didn't want to risk getting us caught up amongst each other.
Fire on the designated target. All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Yes, destroyer. We know there's a destroyer back there. Again, lining up on this New Mexico. Take a few more shots before we get behind this island. Again, several good hits. Critically damaged a gun. Iowa's starting to peek around. Alright, and then there's the destroyer with torpedoes, and unfortunately, not much I can do about it. I just saw it a little too late, so I cut my throttle, start turning into them, avoid one, but Colorado just isn't maneuverable enough to be able to do anything about that, be able to avoid that. They kind of nerfed battleships, especially the U.S. battleships, maneuverability, turning radius a bunch since closed beta.
Problem solved, sir.
Take another shot at the New Mexico, get another big hit on him. Of course, now I'm getting shot at by this Cleveland, which annoyed me. I slow down, bounce a shot from him. See him going after him, going away from me, but he's going pretty straight, so I kind of spread around the shots. Hopefully he doesn't turn very much as he's moving. See, that destroyer shoots off a whole bunch of torpedoes. Manages to tag the Fuso pretty good. And that destroyer to the west got killed. I'm not sure who killed him, if that was the Iowa or the destroyer. And I mentioned, yeah, we really needed our cruisers to take out a destroyer or two. So it makes it tough, because especially when they get up to the level of the Hatsuharu, who's right around here. But the Japanese destroyers, they just have that torpedo range and the visibility range, and they can and battleships are slow enough in general that they can just launch off. The Hatsuharu has enough torpedoes as well. He can just launch off a spread. All right, so I'm going to turn in here. I decided I'm going to go to sea. I figured this game's pretty much lost. I need to get a cap point. You know, I've got one of the Fusos has turned in as well. Looks like he's going in. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in. I'll take what shots I can. Try to get us at least get some damage. Try to get a cap point. Take some shots at the Iowa while he was visible. Oh, and I had turned on my fighter to try to help spot that destroyer if he gets closer. Hopefully, you know, it'll give us a little bit of warning of torpedoes or the destroyer being nearby. So more Iowa, and then I see the Cleveland's over here. Cleveland's on low health. Still want to get another good broadside into that Iowa before he gets too far away, and he doesn't present a side. Now we need to eliminate numbers there. I get a little bit of hit, and again here comes more torpedoes from that invisible destroyer. Luckily, he shot them behind. So the Cleveland's pretty hurt. Need to try to cut down their numbers, certainly. So take a few shots at the Cleveland. Take a couple big hits from the Iowa. Boom.
Destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Got a lucky Citadel on that Cleveland. He just kind of walked into those, I think. Took out the Cleveland. I know there's a destroyer ahead of me. Now I can see on the minimap there's a destroyer behind. So now I'm gonna. This New Mexico is really hurt. I decided I'm gonna try to take out as many as I can. So I'm gonna start going after the New Mexico. I'm gonna try to knock him down as much as I can. If I can at least make it, you know, so it's just, you know, the Iowa and the destroyers against us. That'll be something. Alright. But then I see all this destroyers coming closer. He's going to go hit that Fuso. Let's see if I can try to scare him off from launching his torpedoes at that Fuso. And, you know, the destroyer's almost dead, so all it takes is one or two good hits, even with AP. Unfortunately, there was a hit, but it did nothing. So I see the destroyer on the left. He's almost dead. I figure my secondaries can probably take him out. I just have to watch out that he doesn't torpedo me. So I'm going to actually go on the north side of this rock, try to help protect me from his torpedoes. And that other battleships that's behind me is obviously heading towards him. And I'm going to try to help out here with this destroyer. And unfortunately, the Iowa takes out the Fuso there. And my shot didn't quite do enough damage to kill that destroyer, but it only takes one more. So I start turning. Turn my nose into the Iowa, still take 9,000 damage. So I'm going to here kind of again try to whittle down on this New Mexico, trying to keep myself from getting hit by this Iowa. And then I realize, oops, I need to start turning a little faster. So I turn, still angled, but I'm broadsided onto the New Mexico, which is unfortunate. I'm going to let myself keep turning, give myself a little bit more angle to the New Mexico and out of sight of the Iowa. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to just kind of pause in here. I obviously don't want that destroyer to get too close in. I don't want him to launch torps at me. So there I take him out, consider he's a greater threat. And then I still got a few left to shoot at this New Mexico. Get a big hit, 11,000. So I start going again. I'm like, I can't just sit here. I know that Iowa's going to come around shortly. And it's just me, meanwhile, with all that action going on. The Fuso behind me, you know, to the south had taken out the destroyer, but I'm guessing the destroyer had taken the Fuso out. So it's just me against an Iowa and against a New Mexico. They have 900 points. Oh, and there's the Iowa right there. Alright, we're in point blank range. I'm pretty much a goner. Big hits. I know I need Citadel hits. So I've aimed for the boilers. Launch. Get one Citadel hit. Not very good, but I still have my rear turrets to fire, so I rotate a little bit more. Again for the boilers. Citadels. 4 Citadels out of those 4 shots. Takes out.
Problem solved, sir.
Unfortunately, that brought me... I didn't quite turn enough, so I ran into the island. So I tried backing up. Need to try to get back under cover before this New Mexico can reload and take a shot. I'm down to under 2,000. one good shell, two good shells potentially. So I take some shots at him, aiming for the Citadel. Didn't get anything, only got one hit. But I managed to pull out of sight of him. Strangely, I thought for sure I was a goner. I thought for sure he was gonna blast me. So I turned on my repair, got my last repair going. I'm gonna start going forward. With 11,000, I think I can take him. It's a question of time. They are up to 940. They have all three cap points. I'm not getting any points. Not that I could even catch up. I have to kill him within the next, 30 seconds, or the game's going to be over. So I push forward. Try to stay angled a bit. I know he's kind of back there. Rotating. There he is. He gets shots off. Bounces his shots because of the angled armor. I turn a bit more. Shooting again for Citadels. 3 hits. And he's destroyed. And that was it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the replay system, at least for me, is not showing any stats. I apologize. There you have it. Thanks for watching.